my review of Absolute Justice. I thought this was one of the best episodes, if not the best episode Smallville's ever put on. Everything from the acting to the costumes, which I didn't think they'd be able to pull off. They looked a little, not cheap, but I mean, you could tell it was from a TV show budget. But the costumes looked amazing. Doctor Fate, they really pulled him off. Hawkman, they pulled him off. Although the flying wasn't as great as I had hoped it would be with Hawkman, um, but still, nevertheless, it was pretty good. The actors and the actresses that played members of the JSA and everyone else in the episode. Chloe, played by Allison Mack, Tom Welling, who did a great job. Clark Kent didn't really have much of anything to do in the episode. It was mostly focused on the JSA, but it was Clark had some pretty good interactions. Michael Shanks played Hawkman, Brittany Irvin played Stargirl, and Brent State played Dr. Fate, also known as Kent Nelson. I like the way they did Kent Nelson. Brent State did a very good job of playing him. It's very believable, very convincing what he did with the role. He acted he acted as if he belonged in a psych ward, and he did a very good job of pulling that off. And I also liked the whispers that were always around him and Dr. Fate when he finally put the helmet on, which was pretty much in the beginning of the episode. So most of the time he has the helmet on and he is Dr. Fate. The episode starts off with Sylvester Pemberton, also known as Star Spangled Kid, finds Chloe coming out of an internet cafe, and he tells her that, like him, she's trying to get a group together. She mentions in the episode to Green Arrow that they have to come up with that she's suggested to come up with a communications system so they can better coordinate and communicate between the members of the Justice League. And I thought that was pretty good nods. Hopefully something that happens in the future if they want to really call the Justice League and they want to really make it a formal team. I thought that was pretty good. We get Checkmate in this episode. A lot of you will know it from the DC Comics. It's head by Amanda Waller, who in this episode is played by Pam Grier. She pulled off a very good role, a very convincing role. Although she had a small part in the episode, I'm sure we'll see a lot more from her, and she'll be a lot better, even though she was very good in this episode. We get the revelation that Tess Mercer is an agent for Checkmate, and if you think about it, it sort of makes sense because Checkmate is revealed that they're going after the Justice Society so that the JSA can come out of hiding and help protect the Earth from what Amanda Waller said, a coming apocalypse. So who knows? You might see Darkseid, maybe Orion, maybe we'll see some other members of the New Gods, and maybe we'll see Apocalypse in season 10 or at the end of this season. Hopefully. It kind of makes sense though, because she's trying to create the Suicide Squad. I think she mentions it at the end, Amanda Waller. And if you think about it, Tess is always trying to create teams, create groups of superpowered people, and it sort of makes sense if the reason behind why she does that is to somehow prepare for this coming apocalypse, and it makes sense of what she's doing. It also brings in, it brought to my mind the level 33.1 that Lex Luthor had. It reminded me of that a little bit. I don't think they're going to go back that far with that. I don't think they're going to mention it that much. But if anything, they may tie Tess's love for creating superpowered teams and groups with what Checkmate is doing. But I thought that was a pretty good revelation. It came out of nowhere. I didn't expect it at all. I don't think there were any spoilers or any rumors going on about that. We got a lot of pretty good flashback scenes. One in the beginning when Clark is with Chloe in the Daily Planet. They have a newsreel or a film reel going on of what happened with the JSA when the government came to take them. I thought it was pretty good. The only problem I have is that it didn't make any sense seeing this being done because Most of the time, most of the time, the camera was focused on them before the cops were even there. So who was filming this? But yeah, it was a minor thing, and I don't really care. They did a very good job. And the scene with the music, the epic music during the part where Clark is seeing the flashback again as he's looking at the individual members of the JSA on the painting in the museum. The music that they play is very epic, and it really inspires you, and it really, I mean, it made me a little bit, you know, a little, not, I wasn't crying, but it almost makes you want, it makes you think that you are a hero or a superhero. The music that they were playing did a very good job, and integrating the flashback with the picture, making it both go from the grainy, uh, dirty brown color that it was to the true color of what the environment was. They did a very good job of seamlessly integrating that. I like the memorabilia, the nostalgic pieces of the JSA, their weapons. Some of them they showed. They showed Ted Grant's gloves. They showed a dagger that Hawkman had. They show Alan Scott Green Lantern's lantern that you see, and you see Shire, and Shire is mentioned in the episode. You see her helmet. There's you find out that she's dead, but you see a crack on her helmet when Clark is looking in the glass, and I don't know if that has to do anything with how she died. It didn't. I mean, I can't tell how far in it went, and it wasn't like a huge crack that broke the helmet off. So I don't know if it did anything. I assume that's what they're trying to say though, because the camera was pretty focused on the crack. But the relationship between Green Arrow and Hawkman was very funny. They joked. It was not a joke. Green Arrow made a lot of sarcastic comments, but Hawkman just said, you know, why don't you shut up and all that. And it was very good to see them bicker and argue. Something that Stargirl told Chloe really helped me realize that the JSA is more of a family first than a superhero team second, when Stargirl mentions to Chloe that she should make the Watchtower a little bit more family oriented, put pictures up, make it more presentable, and not make it look like a war room or a nuclear bunker. And I think, you know, I agree. I hope they do make the set a bit better with Watchtower. I don't know if they'll integrate that into there, but I hope. Martian Manhunter saying a very good line that I liked. When he comes in after Green Arrow and Hawkman first meet in the museum. They met before, but when they meet again in the museum, they're fighting, and Martian Manhunter comes in and says, I hope it's not too late to say we've come in peace." I thought that was funny because, you know, he's a Martian, and, you know, they're taking a stereotypical line from like the old, you know, days in the 50s. Like, you know, little green men. That quote always is synonymous with aliens. I also like when Martian Manhunter, you finally see his green skin. I thought they pulled that off pretty well. I'm glad he's got his powers back, and at the end he Icicle throws like an ice shard at him, but he phases out and it goes right through him. I thought that was a great moment to see him use his powers like that. I don't think we've seen that yet. And the end scene with all them fighting was really good. It's really what the Doomsday battle should have been. Had they brought the Legion in and had them fight Doomsday with Clark, but they didn't. So that's my thoughts on Absolute Justice. I thought it was the best episode, maybe since Rosetta, but it was a very good episode nevertheless. I don't care if it's the best of this or anything else. It was just a great episode, and I hope Smallville continues to do this. Alright, take care, guys. Bye.